The lesson du jour is about independent and dependent clauses. One of them can stand on their own, pay their own bills, and the other one needs to live with him and have his bills paid for him. So what should you know by the end of this lesson? You should know what a clause is, what is an independent clause, what is a dependent clause, how can you tell what type of clause we're dealing with, how are they alike, and then, also how they're different. So these are the things that you should be paying attention to, and notes are always encouraged. But remember, you can always look at Grammar Don't Hurt 'Em, my channel on YouTube, with all of these lessons. So what is a clause? It's a group of words that includes a subject and a predicate. And you'll remember that subjects do the action and the predicate is the action the subject does from our last lesson. So an independent clause, or a main clause, has the correct ingredients, which are subjects and predicates, and they make a complete thought. So if you were sitting in class and someone opened my door and said this particular type of clause, you wouldn't need any more information. They could leave and you'd know all of the stuff that you were supposed to know. So here's an example. I pay my own bills. If I walked in and said that, I could walk right out and you would be like, well, that girl has got it going on. You will have detention. Well, there you go. You will have. There's your complete thought. The orange fish was threatening me. Happens every day. What about dependent clauses? They need a little help. They're like this guy over here. He doesn't have a backbone and he can't stand on his own, so he needs the help of an independent clause to hold him up. They have a condition, so they include the subject and the predicate, but they also have a condition, unless she says yes. What about it? Says yes to what? What happens if she doesn't? We don't know. After class today. What? What happens after class today? Can't stand by itself. And whether or not. If someone walked in a room and said whether or not and left, we would all look at each other awkwardly and be like, did anybody tape that? And then you put it on Snapchat and MySpace. So let's practice. Go Sharks. What type of clause am I? You got an independent clause. He delivers all the presents, but the subordinate clause works for the independent clause. Just a little grammar joke. All right. They say good things come to those who wait. Think about it. Who says what? They do. They say good things come to those who wait. You might wonder why someone walked into a room and said that, but it makes perfect sense. So I'm going to be at least an hour late. Now that makes sense to you. However, the fact that the word so is there means that we need more information. So what you're going to be at least an hour late? Because of what? Where are you going to be? Why are you going to be late? Why should I just assume that? So you're going to be late. Well, I definitely need more information about that. That's thanks to Kanye. Let's take a look at our boy Tupac. Even though you are fed up. What about it? Even though I'm fed up, what's the condition that needs to be met? I need, if this is happening, then that is happening. So even though you're fed up, he says then in another example, you've got to keep your head up. Okay. If someone walked in and said, you've got to keep your head up, I would feel like they had, a lot of support for me. And they cared about my feelings. And they wanted me to have a good day. So this one is independent. That one is dependent. Later, skater!